At Probity Investigators, our highly trained team of cheating spouse investigators uses 9 surveillance techniques to gather information. First, cell phone forensics. If your spouse is cheating, it's probable that there's evidence on their cell phone in the form of chat messages, call logs, images sent and received, or even a map that could tell where your spouse has been. Our cell phone forensics experts know how to assess data on your partner's cell phone that could provide clues about what they've been doing. Cell phone data must be gathered and presented in a specific way that allows it to be admissible in court. Next, DNA investigations. If you found suspicious stains on your wife or partner's undergarments, our lab test will confirm the source within minutes. The prostate-specific antigen, or PSA process, used by our investigators is the same as ones used worldwide by law enforcement agencies and forensic labs. Because of the precise results, DNA testing can often be the determining factor on whether your spouse or partner has cheated on you.
We also use social media forensics. The multiple channels within social media provide a cheating spouse with different ways to communicate with their affair partner. Our agency can obtain a copy of virtually every social media communication that your spouse or partner is tagged. Social media forensics do not require a warrant, so it's a quick way to discreetly gather information and speed up the process. It's difficult to hide from us on the internet. Then, photography and video surveillance. Although photo and video surveillance is relatively easy to do, please don't attempt to do this on your own. Our investigators are very skillful and trained to follow, document, and report every single move that your spouse or partner makes without ever being noticed. Your flood of emotions in seeing what your spouse is up to will cause you to make mistakes and do things you'll regret. Our team of surveillance experts know exactly how to gather photo and video evidence while remaining invisible to the target of investigation.
We also use GPS tracking. We can legally place a tiny electronic device in a car to determine where it's going and where it's been. GPS tracking helps establish a baseline for further investigation. Once we've established a pattern of behavior and movement, we can use other methods to gather more information. If the GPS tracking establishes that a vehicle consistently goes to the same location, our investigators can then set up video surveillance to determine what the cheating spouse is up to. GPS tracking is cheaper and more discreet than physical surveillance. Next, hidden cameras. Regardless if your spouse is traveling for work or pleasure, and you're concerned for what might really be happening in a hotel room, we have you covered. Remember, covert surveillance is one of our key specialties. We can deploy or install custom-designed tiny hidden cameras just outside of a hotel room to video document anyone entering and exiting a room. Once they've checked out, we will re-enter their room and recover every piece of evidence we find in the trash, the bed, the sink, the bathroom laundry, and even a copy of the hotel bill. You need an extra hidden camera at your home? Just ask, and we'll have it professionally installed if it's permissible.
Electronic debugging is another valuable tool. There are 2 sides to electronic bugging. We can place audio listening and video surveillance devices in a home or office environment to gather vital information. Our experts can also check your physical spaces to determine if you're being bugged, then trace the line back to determine who is bugging you. Next, forensic CPA. Are you concerned that your spouse or partner is hiding assets? Forensic CPA is a branch of financial accounting that analyzes financial records to detect patterns of expenditure and income that could reveal hidden assets. When investigating a cheating spouse, forensic CPA experts will examine bank account records, credit card statements, and other financial documents to make sure you're getting full financial disclosure from your spouse.
And finally, financial analysis investigations. This level of investigation will help reveal any suspicious spending patterns by your spouse, like hotel rooms or meals at expensive restaurants. We can also determine where your spouse has been spending the money. Locations that are unfamiliar to you are a major red flag. We can also discover if your spouse has any hidden assets or offshore bank accounts. That information is critical in a divorce settlement if your spouse is trying to hide money in order to give you a lower settlement.